We install these nets, it's like the end of February. Sometimes we do it in the middle of February and it's really cold. Sometimes we do installs and there's still snow and ice on the ground. So you can imagine getting into streams like at the end of February. It's really, really, really cold. So, you know, starting the project then and then kind of moving into like this time of year where it's like things are beginning to turn green and the birds come out. It's really incredible being in a stream every day, like watching the transition. And then you kind of also watch things in the stream come to life. Like when we first installed the nets, there really isn't anything like in the water except glass eels. And then slowly we see other fish like we did today, tessellated darters, scuds. And then all of a sudden by the middle of May, you're finding like algae covering your nets, you're finding herring eggs, you're finding so many macroinvertebrates. And so you really just like day by day see the ecosystem come to life after like a very, very quiet winter. So that's a really cool part of the eel project. Like it's not just about the eels, but it's about watching everything come back after winter.
And a few minutes later, it's short in the sky. And then the binoculars, I said, wait a minute, it's got fluid, it's got light, it's got light.
That's really cool.
And it came to the nest, and of course the one in the nest stood up now, so we got the two adults.
Nope. I kind of forgot about this when I was getting dressed this morning.
Yeah, you have to take your shoes off to put the waders on.
Don't, but at DEC, they compile all the data from like the season, and they put it like in a spreadsheet so they can compare the different sites and the different days.
Cool.
There's also a Google sheet we have. So like after you put it in the binder, you put in like how many eels you caught on the Google sheet.
Yeah.
To make it a little easier, so you don't have to do it like at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Although they still go back and make sure it's all correct at the end, but it makes it a little quicker.
Brush. Do you have the brush? Oh, yeah, we need the buckets and the brush.
I'm Maddie and I've done them all before.
I'm Fatima and I'm
Great. So I think Fatima and Olivia are going to be the veteran eelers to help everybody else out who are going to check the net. Do you guys feel good about that? Do you not? So I can also put on waders or just walk into the stream if you need help. All right.
I'm Maribel too.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I teach bio. I'm Arlington.
This is just many overhand knots to keep the net closed.
Cool.
Your logo's kind of funny, the right and the right.
This is not the exciting part of the day. This is the boring part.
No, all of it's exciting.
We never know what's going to happen. By the way, gang, 10 days ago we had a big rainy weekend?
Yeah.
This entire net, everything you see here was completely underwater.
Really?
Yep, we had to stay out for a day, Monday a week ago. And now, first thing we look for is the net funnel. Now this is the very end of that entire assembly. This is where the eels come out of and wind up in this chamber here.
High school. Yeah.
Where are you guys from?
Yes.
You guys at day school?
Yeah. So names and maybe if you've sampled before.
That's a joke, by the way. That was a joke. I clearly didn't go over well. Whatever. Okay. My name's Liam.
Seriously.
That was, wow. All right. My name's Liam.
Ooh, that's a big one. I don't know where one on there.
There you go. You got him.
There. All right.
Nice.
I think there's a...
Oh, there's a bunch of glass ones.
There's another one I see.
That's what we're here for.
That is deep down, right under. Yeah, right. Like, I'll do it.
Oh no! Elver. It was an elver. It was brown.
That's okay.
Okay.
He's gone.
We'll catch them tomorrow.
Yeah.
They tend to stay in the area.
No big deal.
Count the eels. Count that bucket. That bucket over there is still bombed. So this is the number we'll record this close. You can't do that. You have to do it by hand. But you can work on counting the eels that way.
Eels do you think you got?
I'd say, I don't know, maybe like close to 100.
Word.
You got a good amount.
Yeah. Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
That knot was annoying.
It was, but we figured it out.
Have you guys seen fish before? A lot of fish before?
We do at this site because
Oh.
I think it's a weatherfish. This like exclusion mesh is a little coarser than the other sites, so you get like the more elver eels and fish here, which is exciting. Maybe not as good for the glass eel survival, but it's exciting.
Yeah. An ideal net would exclude anything thicker than a glass eel.
So you wouldn't get as many elvers either.
Right.
He's slimy.
But different manufacturers use different materials, and
Good job.
this one lets in some bigger stuff.
I love that they could actually do real science. Like, it's contributing to a great data set that's been going on for quite a few years, and it's good to do authentic science, because sometimes in class we just do, made up labs, things to kind of teach concepts, but this is actually teaching some concepts that are ecological, but also creating a real data set that's useful for management. So it's kind of like a double win here. And it hopefully will create a whole generation of future conservation leaders. So
I kind of like the crayfish too. I was a little afraid of it at first because I thought it was going to pinch me, but I don't think that would hurt very much either way. I bet. It's supposed to be on there.
Now, if you look in the sunlight, get this stonefly. Sometimes it's a tiny eel. You can sometimes see its heartbeat.
It's an elver, right?
Yeah.
There's a glass in here.
After a year, no, I don't remember. Okay.
Put some water in my bucket. The idea here is to count every eel one by one. And you're also going to distinguish between glass eels and elvers. It'll be kind of clear. The elver is the dark eel in here. It's much bigger, thicker, and darker. It's very brown and green compared to glass eels. So I have a net full of glass eels in my hand, and they're really good at swimming down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to point my net down, and then I'm going to count in my head. And then when I hit 10 eels, I'm going to say 10 or eels, whatever works, and then you'll make 10 tally. And we can split up into groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, they're moving too quickly. So I'll like lift up my hand a little bit and then they'll stop moving. So that's a good way that you can control. What are we at, 6?
Yeah, that's
7. Oh no, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13.
And an experienced pair can count silently. You sort of tease them out of the little
Like
hand
this.
net, and you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost that fast. And you do it silently because you got another pair of people, right next to you, nearby. It all depends on how many people you have, how many buckets, and how many hand nets you have. But it can take hours and hours if you only have a few people.
Didn't you say it took 6 hours
Yeah, one of
something the other day?
One of the teams reported they spent 6 hours. Now,
1, 2.
the other thing is, I don't know if they knew enough to use the dump and flush. If they did it by hand out of the net in the creek,
3.
that would be a horrendous task, and you'd have a very high mortality rate.
5,
so,
6.
You got to get them out of the net and up onto shore in
7.
vessels of water, and then you can do your counting.
Okay, now I'm putting down data so that we know like the environment temperature, the water temperature. And this is where we'll put how many eels we caught and like who was here, the dates and stuff like that, so we know what's like
Everything on the side walls. One more half turn. Country in New Jersey, you know, in the woods and streams chasing tadpoles and ducks and frogs and whatever. And, so I'm reliving my childhood. And now that I'm retired, it's good for me to be involved with these wonderful young people to prevent me from becoming an old codger.
And I never went, and she always told me it was super cool. So then this year I decided to try it.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's fun. I got to catch all the fish today.
What?
I like anything that gets them outside and observing and gaining an appreciation for nature. And I hope they also find the interactions amongst species as interesting in the way I do.
Yeah.
Just with one hand like that. And then I'm going to make a knot and you push your head away, okay? So ensure that we get it nice and tight. Nice. Thank you.
Is that still tight enough?
Yeah, that's good. And then I'll just do like a couple more to make sure that this doesn't come undone. Yeah. Oh, good.
It just looks like a friendship bracelet.
Yeah. We'll say that. And then we just have to push the rock back on so that when the tide's really low, the whole net's still underwater.
Got it?
You want me to get that side? Or do
want
you
to?
do it? Yeah.
Okay.
Take 'em.